Do you ever feel alone, even around other people, even in therapy? People with complex trauma often feel alone, especially around other people, because the other people don't seem to be experiencing what we experience. They don't seem to experience emotional flashbacks or feeling shut down and closed off and numb, or having a vicious inner critic. People with complex trauma can feel separate from others just because our life experience is so different. I was in talk therapy for about 19 years, and it helped me with a lot of things. It helped me maintain relationships that I might have otherwise blown up, either on purpose or by accident. It helped me with jobs I had. It helped me navigate some office politics and understand where I was making up stories about what was happening versus the reality. Because, especially for people with complex trauma, we tend to create a lot of stories in our head about our past and about what we think is happening in the moment. And a lot of those stories are not 100% true, or they're kind of exaggerated in different ways, but it never really touched the roots, which was the complex trauma, because that was not how my therapist was taught or trained. He was trained before complex trauma was really understood. And because of that, my experience with talk therapy and those 19 years was kind of like a game of whack-a-mole. If you're familiar with whack-a-mole, it's like a big board with holes in it, and these big plastic moles pop up, and you have a big cushioned mallet, and you bang on the moles to knock them back inside this board. And I got really good at playing whack-a-mole in terms of my thoughts and feelings. But those thoughts and feelings kept coming and recurring day after day. And it just felt like something was missing from this view. Like whatever machinery was underneath that whack-a-mole game that kept making the moles pop up, that part was missing. And what I've discovered is that's complex trauma. That's my nervous system not letting go of old traumas that happened to me. And a lot of it's not even, it seems like it's not even on a mental level. It's deeper than that. It's your nervous system itself. But what I want to share with you is that if you are going through any of the things that I talked about, I want you to know that you're not alone. It can feel very lonely. And even one of the symptoms that Pete Walker talks about is loneliness. It's literally a symptom of complex trauma. So the feeling of loneliness, I think, is often very strong for people with complex trauma. It has been for me, and I'm probably going to make a lot of videos about it because there's a lot of different elements to it, and it affects me and my life in a lot of different ways. But I really want you to know you're not alone. There are a lot of other people struggling with this. There are a lot of people who feel lonely in groups. Just the fact that it might be a big achievement for us to do the dishes, take a shower, get to bed on time, where for other people that's nothing, that's just an average day. So yeah, we are a little bit different. Yes, life might objectively be a little bit harder for us, or a lot harder. But you're not alone. And I'm going to keep encouraging you to take care of yourself, to get the help you need, the support you need. But more than anything, I'm going to encourage you to not beat yourself up for being different, for having a more difficult time than other people seem to be having. And I know you can do it. Because if you're still here and you're watching a video like this, then you have some grit. I would call it, but I mean it in a positive way, stubbornness. I know personally my stubbornness is what has kept me going and what has gotten me this far in life. How else can you get through life without being stubborn? How else can you get through a life with complex trauma, especially when you don't even know that's what you have for 95% of your life, if you're anything like me? How can you do that without being one stubborn person in a really good way? Not always in a good way, but mostly in a good way. So keep taking care of yourself. Keep trying to be kind to yourself. And I would love to hear your thoughts on all of this. Have you lived any of the things that I'm talking about? Do you have any questions that I could share with the group? I could talk about myself. I'm here to help support you and encourage you. So tell me what you think. Tell me what questions you have. What keeps you up at night? Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one.